Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sarah. Welcome to my channel, and today what we are going to learn? Today we are going to learn about salts. Yes, salts. And you are saying what's new in it? We know we use salt in our cooking, in biryani, pasta, chicken kadai. Yes, you are right. But actually this is not only the salt. We have different kinds of salts. So, if we talk about salt, sodium chloride is a common salt, table salt that we use in cooking. Then we have calcium carbonate, potassium nitrate, magnesium sulfate. So, you can say there are a lot of different salt around us and they have different uses. Okay. So, in this video, we will focus on the what are the different methods that salts can be formed. Okay, so we will discuss one by one. We will talk about salts, that how can we define salt. A salt consists of a positive ion cation of base and negative ion anion of an acid. Okay, so cation mean whenever there's a word cation mean positive charge and anion mean negative charge. And what do you mean by positive and negative? Whenever, for example, we are talking about a compound. First of all, what is a compound? Compound is actually when different elements join together. Okay. For example, sodium chloride. We have two elements here, two different elements, sodium and chlorine. Okay. Sodium chloride. So basically, if you observe this structure NaCl, right? Sodium contains positive ion. So basically we know that sodium is actually the cation and chlorine is having a negative charge. Negative mean anion. Okay ji. So basically whenever there is a formation of salt, for example NaCl is a salt, sodium chloride, that is actually the common salt जो हम घर में भी यूज़ करते हैं कुकिंग में. ओके, तो अगर हम डेफिनेशन देखते हैं तो a salt consists of a positive ion of base. Means जो salt के अंदर हमें positive ion मिल रहा है वो हमें base से मिल रहा है. You can see this sodium hydroxide. OH mean hydroxide. Okay. So जो salt हमारा बन रहा होता है उसका जो salt का positive part है we are getting it from base, and जो salt का negative ion है, right? जो salt का negative ion है we are getting it from the acid. Chlorine, if you observe, chlorine has a negative sign. Negative mean that it is actually called anion. Got it? According to this definition that NaCl, so हमारे पास जो salt होता है उसका positive part हमें कहाँ से मिल रहा है? Base से. और negative part कहाँ से मिल रहा है? Acid से. And even if you observe that, okay, यहाँ अगर हम बात करें how we know that this is acid and base, if we are having this hydrogen, right, this tell us that it is acid and this tell us that this is called base. Okay, and inshallah I will explain to you that what is the difference between an alkali and base and why I use the word base, not an alkali. Okay, so this is the definition of the salt. That actually there are so many definitions of the salt, but we will focus on this. And if you have any confusion that what is the meaning of positive and negative mean, we have already discussed in our previous video, but sure I can tell you here. Now we will discuss the different method how salts can be formed. Actually there are a lot of method, but here we will discuss some. Number one method, that is also called the neutralization method, is that whenever the acid react with the base, it gives us salt plus water. Okay. Okay. After this, I will tell you why we use a base word, not an alkali. Okay. So acid mean, for example, we can take any acid. You can take hydrochloric acid. Right now, I am taking sulfuric acid. Okay. The formula of the sulfuric acid is H2SO4. So basically SO4 tell us about the sulfate. SO4 tell us about the sulfate. Okay. React with the base. sodium hydroxide. You can take the potassium hydroxide. It's up to you. Okay. So whenever the acid react with base, it gives us sodium sulfate plus water. Okay. With salt, we always get water in the neutralization reaction. And don't forget, this part we get from actually the base, that is actually the cation, and this part we get from an acid. The most important point, जब भी आप salt को name देते हो, sodium sulfate, we always get the metal name first. Sodium को हम पहले लिखेंगे और sulfate that we are getting from an acid वो हम बाद में लिखेंगे. आप इसको सल्फेट सोडियम नहीं कह सकते. ओके ओके जी. So the next method is whenever the acid react with metal, it gives us salt plus hydrogen, right? We have already discussed in the reactivity series about the squeaky pop test. Squeaky pop test कैसे करते हैं? We always take an acid plus metal. You can, like for example, and I'm giving you example of I took an acid, hydrochloric acid, or metal मैंने लिया zinc. You can take the magnesium, you can take the copper, right? Whenever the acid and metal react, it gives us salt. Right now, मैंने जैसे भी आपको पता है, first of all, salt में पहला नेम क्या होता है? We always take the first name from metal and the second name from an acid. Okay? So we get the hydrogen with it. Okay. Then the third method, whenever the acid react with the metal oxide, it gives us salt plus water. Okay. Metal oxide आप कब use करते हो? Now, so basically whenever the most important, okay, now the most important point अगर आप note करो कि acid और metal जब भी react कर रहे हैं, right, we are getting the salt. But with metal, we are getting the hydrogen. But with metal oxide, we are getting water, not hydrogen. Okay. So you can say that hydrochloric acid plus copper oxide, जो copper oxide है, जब आप उनको react करोगे, तो we will getting copper chloride. Again, first name metal का and chloride, acid हम बाद में करेंगे along with water. Now, the fourth one method is कि whenever the acid react with the metal carbonate like magnesium carbonate, sodium carbonate, potassium carbonate, zinc carbonate. Okay. For example, इसमें मैंने acid लिया है sulfuric acid plus magnesium carbonate. So what will be the acid form? First we will take the name from the metal. So it will be the magnesium sulfate. अगर sulfuric acid की जगह hydrochloric acid होता तो बनता magnesium chloride. Is it clear? But whenever there is the word carbonate, we will get the carbon dioxide and water. Okay. So this is the very important point कि हमें neutralization reaction में और with metal oxide we are getting the water, और सिर्फ जहाँ पे metal होगा we are getting the hydrogen, and whenever there will be a carbonate we are getting the carbon dioxide and water. Now I will discuss about difference between acid and base. Okay, if we talk about acid, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, you can say carbonic acid, citric acid. Okay, and whenever we talk about base, some of example are sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, copper oxide. Okay, other difference, pH. pH stand for power of hydrogen. Power of hydrogen. And make sure whenever you're writing pH, P should be smaller and H should be capital. Okay. pH should be less than 7, and for acid, and for base pH should be more than 7. Okay, this is pH scale. pH scale is from 0 to 14. If any object that is having pH 7, it means it is neutral. It is neutral, neither acidic nor basic. Water is an example of neutral pH. ठीक है? Okay. If water is neutral, it has pH 7. What does it mean? It means that it has equal amount of hydrogen and hydroxyl ion. If any object that is having pH 7, it means that it has equal amount of hydrogen and hydroxyl ion. And if any object that is having pH less than 7, it means that it is acidic. And if an object that is having pH more than 7, that is called basic. Okay. And we know that in acid we have, if any object having pH below 7, it means it has more hydrogen. And if any object that is having pH above 7, it means it has more hydroxyl ion. So, if I ask a question that if there are two objects and one is having pH 6 and one is having pH 2, which is more acidic? Yes, 2 is more acidic because 7 is neutral, weak acid, then down the group it's basically more acid. And if I ask that one object having pH 9, other having pH 12, which is more basic? Obviously 12. Okay, so basically more acidic, weak acid, neutral, then weak basic, and then strong basic. Is it clear? So we can differentiate between acid and base. Acid having hydrogen, base having hydroxyl. Acid contains pH below 7, base contains pH above 7. Okay, and if you have acid, okay, and if you will dip blue litmus paper in acid, it will turn into red. Okay, it will turn into red. But if you will dip red litmus paper into acid, it will remain red. Okay. And now if you have a base solution and if you will dip the red litmus paper, it will turn into blue. And if you have a blue litmus paper and you will dip into the base solution, it will remain blue. Okay. And the acid has sour taste and base has bitter taste. So these are the some differences between acid and base. The most important point about the difference between alkali and base. Let me tell you, I always use the word base, not an alkali. What's the reason? Okay, we will discuss the reason in this video. But for a safer side, always use the word base because every alkali is base, but not every base is an alkali. Now the difference between base and alkali come to this point. Okay, just imagine this big circle is our universe, our Earth universe. And the smaller circle is actually the water in the universe. So basically all the water present in the universe. So it includes in the universe. It's the part of the universe. But this universe is not the part of the water. So that's why we always say that every alkali is base. Every alkali is base. But every base is not alkali. We can say an alkali is a base, right? But we can't say a base is definitely an alkali. So on a safer side, I always use the term base because each and every alkali is also a base. So the difference between a base and alkali, base is water insoluble and alkali is water soluble. Okay, and base is always slippery, alkali is shiny and soft. That's why we always use an alkali in our beauty soaps, face wash, beauty creams. Okay, that makes your skin shiny and soft because of an alkali. And the example of base are actually copper oxide and zinc hydroxide. These are only bases, not an alkali. But sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, they are alkali. So basically we can also write this in base. We have discussed the neutralization reaction, that whenever an acid reacts with the base, it gives us salt plus water, right? And this is very, very important reaction. And we can easily find the neutralization reaction from our real life. For example, you always brush your teeth. It is always recommended that we should brush our teeth twice a day. What is the reason? The reason is whenever we are enjoying our food, right? the food inside our mouth, right, sticks into our teeth, and then it converts into acid. Which actually destroy our teeth. So when we brush our teeth with help of the paste, right, so the paste contains the base. So basically acid inside our mouth and the base inside the toothpaste, right, it will react together, right, it will neutralize. Okay, so that is the reason we brush our teeth with the help of the toothpaste contains the base. This is the neutralization reaction example from the real life. Second one, you always use the conditioner after shampoo. What is the reason? The reason is whenever we use the shampoo. Okay, let me tell you, whenever there will be a base, it will be a bubble formation, right? We wash our dishes with the soap, right? We wash our clothes with the help of the washing powders, right? These all contains the base. Okay, so whenever you find the bubble formation, they always contains the base. So whenever we use the base, shampoo contains the base. After the shampoo, you use the conditioner contains an acid, right? So in the same way, this is a combination, acid react with the base to give us the salt and water, and it will make our hair shiny and soft. And actually, okay, let me give you one more example. For example, if the honeybee, ठीक है, if the honeybee, God forbid, अल्लाह ना करे, लेकिन अगर honeybee कभी आपको काट ले, तो होता क्या है, honeybee may give you an acid. It give you a acid, formic acid. Okay, so when it will give you a formic acid, how can you prevent it? आप उसको कैसे दर्द से बचा सकते हो? You will apply base. For example, sodium hydroxide आप प्रोवाइड कर दोगे. बेकिंग सोडा इज एग्जाम्पल ऑफ द बेस. यू विल अप्लाई बेकिंग सोडा, जिसकी वजह से इट विल हील. ओके, इन द सेम वे देयर सम इंसर्ट, कोई इंसेक्ट हो जिसकी जो आपको स्टिंग करे, तो उसका जो वेनम है वो बेसिक हो, तो यू विल अप्लाई द विनेगर. तब आप विनेगर अप्लाई करोगे, बिकॉज विनेगर इज एसिड एंड बेकिंग सोडा इज बेस. ओके, इन द सेम वे, अगर फॉर एग्जांपल फार्मर है, वो देख रहा है कि मेरी क्रॉप जो है, क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, राइट, वो टेस्ट करता है, एक्सपेरिमेंट करता है, एंड ही फाइंड आउट दैट माई सॉइल इज एसिडिक, मेरी सॉइल जो है वो एसिडिक है. So what should he do? He should apply some base. So the best base that the farmer uses is calcium hydroxide. Okay. And in the same way, अगर farmers find out करें कि हमारी तो जो soil है वो ज़्यादा basic है, तो तब उन्हें क्या apply करना चाहिए? Definitely they will apply some acidic product. And the best acidic product that we used in the crop production is actually the manure and compost, right? Manure is the waste product of animals and compost is the waste product of the plants. This was all about the salts, acid and base. I hope this video will help you. But still, if you have any confusion, you are more than welcome to ask in the comment section. Thank you so much.